Hello, how is everyone doing? Happy Sunday if you're watching this when I am posting it. I hope you've had a lovely week and that you've got another lovely week ahead of you. I am Molly Mae, the maker behind Ponder Ply, and we are back this week with another episode. This week we're doing things slightly differently. So I have documented the process of making this wonderful finished object that you see before you. There are a few gaps because basically I got lazy and didn't set up my camera, so the sleeves kind of go from not being really existing to being finished, but I got as much of it in as I could and I didn't want to bore you. So I think the topic really is process versus product, and this definitely was a product I really wanted, but I think all we see are these finished objects popping up around us and we really don't see the process of getting there. So I want to do a few more videos like this. Let me know if you enjoy it. But basically I want to document the process and then talk about the finished object at the end because it is important to me, but I want a little bit more focus on the process. So what I'll do is I'll pop in some clips that I've edited together that show you the process of me making this from start to finish, getting my yarn all the way through to blocking it. And then at the end I'll talk about the finished object itself. So have a look. I thought I'd give you a little update on where I am with my birthday sweater. I have just finished, so I did the neck, I did the short rows at the back, and I've just done the first repeat of increases. Let me show you. Kind of just looks a bit like a tube right now, but it's so soft and fluffy. I'm really excited with how it's coming along. It fits nicely over my head. I did do a check. Actually, shall I show you how it fits so far? Here we go. I am obsessed. It's so soft. It fits so nicely against my neck and I love the colour. Beth, you are a fucking genius. It's such a beautiful colour. I knew I loved it when I saw it, and obviously with different fibres it comes out slightly differently, so I actually prefer the colour of it on the fingering regular sock yarn rather than the mohair. I mean, I love them both, but I like that slightly deeper colour, but together they're even better. So obviously once I've got a bit further along and be pulled down a little bit, but isn't it stunning? I'm so happy. So I'm going to try and get through as many of the increases as I can. I have a road trip ahead of me next week, and it's a pretty long one if I'm not mistaken. I'm being taken away for a birthday surprise by my lovely boyfriend Robert, and in an ideal world, and this is so unrealistic, it's Sunday night. I've just got back from the knitting and stitching show and filmed some other footage for that, which you've probably already seen if you've been watching all of my videos, and if not, go back and watch them. It's Sunday night. I'm off tomorrow, but I've got a ton of stuff to do, and then we're leaving very early Tuesday morning, so the chances of me being completely finished with the shoulder increases so that I can just work solidly on the body in the car is pretty much 0, but I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna sit down and stick a film on. I've got to do a bit of cleaning first, boring, and then yeah, see how we go. But a little fit check. I don't know if you can see the back. I'm on my little swivel office chair. You can see loads of rubbish around me with Maya's toy box in the background. Trust me, it's like having kids. Anyway, just a little check-in. Until next time. I went and put my dressing gown on because I was really cold. So cozy. I'm gonna do a little bit of knitting now and then move myself to the sofa. So I've popped in these different colour markers to mark the ribbing down the arms. I read it in the pattern to do it and I thought, yeah, I don't know if I need that, and actually it's proved so helpful, especially with the different rates of increasing for the body and the sleeves. It's easy for me to identify what sections everything is, so I definitely recommend it. The other thing I've done, now I know what round, so 2 of the rounds are increasing body and sleeve, and 1 round is just the sleeve, and 1 round is no increases, sorry, just the body, and then 1 round is no increases at all. Wow, I can't knit and talk at the same time. So I've written down 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm crossing it off as I go to make sure that I do all of the increases. So I'm gonna get on with that now. Good morning. It's really early here. I got up at 5:30 this morning. If you saw my video, well, you must have done because I'm going to do this in the right order. I managed to get 5 of the, I'm just checking my notes page, 5 of the, I got a sleepy voice, 5 of the decrease repeats done last night watching a film. I watched Togo, if you haven't seen it, on Disney, about the husky, and cried my eyes out, and then spent the rest of the evening cuddling Mesh, thinking I never want to lose her. I'm gonna get upset thinking about it again. So ridiculous. But yeah, I got through 5 repeats, but I've got up early this morning and starting to work my way through some more of them. It's a bit crazy because it's my day off, and I got up at 5:30, and my alarm actually went off at 5, but I thought that was a bit ridiculous. I was thinking about going to the gym. I didn't actually get up to knit, but it's raining and grey outside, so I thought it'd be nice to do some knitting instead. I've also got a baby cuddled up with me, and I'm in my dressing gown. Please excuse me, but I'll show you. I got up and we had a little spoon, and then I started knitting and I've chucked on a podcast, so I'm going to get on with it. But there's 12 decrease repeats, it's a 4-row repeat, and I'm on the 6th repeat at the moment. I would love to get them all done today. I haven't looked ahead in the pattern and seen how much more of, I'm guessing that's a substantial amount of the yoke, so we'll see. But in an ideal world, if I could separate for the sleeves today and set myself up for an easy knitting session tomorrow in the car whilst we go on our trip, then that's what I'm going to be doing. So watch this space. I'll give you an update later in the day to see if it's likely I'm going to do it. To be honest, it's pretty unlikely, but I thought I'd give it a go anyway. Isn't she beautiful? I've got the sleepy face now. Speak to you soon. Okay, hi guys, I am back from my beautiful birthday surprise trip. So Rob, oh I'm a bit cold. Rob took me to the Lake District. It was wonderful and I got so much knitting done. Last time I spoke to you, I didn't get much footage whilst I was in the Lake District of me actually knitting because I was only knitting in the car and the roads were very windy, so I just didn't think I would make good footage. But last time I spoke, I was seeing if I could get the 12 sets of increases done before I left. I did get them done, but I didn't get to the arm split. I just finished the 12 decreases, only to realise in the car I only needed to do 3 more rows before I split for the sleeves. However, I did it in the car, I started the body, and I've now got actually really quite far on the body, so I didn't do much knitting in the Lake District, but on the way there and on the way back, Rob did pretty much like 90% of the driving, so I got lots of knitting time. I just thought what we'll do is we'll try it on. I should be getting quite close to the point where I want to start the ribbing for the body now, so let's see where we're at, and then I'll make a decision on how much I've got left to go. 1 second. And here we go. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I love it so much. Okay, let me tilt the camera so you can see it a bit better. Here we go. Okay. I'll give you a little spin. Oh, Beth is a genius. This colour from Beehive Yarns, this colour is amazing. It's everything I wanted it to be and more. It feels incredible. So I've got a pair of, as you can see, high-waisted jeans on. They sort of sit, my natural waist is here, they sit just below because I have a very long torso. I can never get jeans to hit me at my actual natural waist, which is a pain in the bum, but you know. So we are almost at the jeans. I'm thinking it's time to start the ribbing. I mean, if I step back again, and on my tiptoes, my hips, my widest point of my hips are here. So actually there's quite a long way between my natural waist and my hips. Like I said, very long torso. God, I'm thinking this is the perfect length already. Okay, I need to start the ribbing. Start the ribbing, then it'll be a little bit longer than where my high-waisted stuff finishes. Because what I really like, okay, right now I've got something tucked in, but it's because it's fucking cold, by the way. My flat is freezing. No one's been here for a few days, so I've just been under the covers on the sofa with Mash. My mum had Mash, well, my mum and my sister, well, my family had Mash for the few days that I was away, and I missed her so much because she's a hot, not just because she's a hot water bottle, because she's a hot water bottle. Anyway, we're cuddling on the sofa whilst I'm knitting. I'm thinking, oh right, that's what I was going to say. I like it when you haven't got something tucked in underneath, you're wearing something high-waisted, everything is covered, but when you move, you get that little sexy glimpse of your midriff. I just love it. I just think it's nothing sexier. Like you're in a fairly conservative, slim-fitting outfit, and then just move and you just get a little flash. Yeah, I don't know, is that just me? I love it. Also, can you tell I'm really happy? You might have just heard my microwave. I just made myself a mocha to cuddle on the sofa and knit with. Well, not knit with the mocha, obviously, but let me get up close. Look at that. And the neck is just wonderful. Oh, I see many more of these in my future. So the shoulder detail, well, it's going to be down the arm. You've got the twisted rib. That'll obviously look better once I've blocked it out. Boy, oh boy, this is a beautiful jumper. I wanted to try it on before now, which is why I've been knitting it on really long cables, because I've just been doing a magic loop so that I could try it on lots. But to be honest with you, I haven't tried it on since just after I split for the sleeves. This would make a really cute short sleeve top too. Also, I love the ease. So I don't know if I've said already, I probably did it, I'll put in something at the beginning, but I'm making a size 1. The recommended ease is 10 inches. And to be honest, I know I said in my video about what my autumn makes that I want some more oversized jumpers. 5 inches is plenty oversized for me. I find if something's too big, it just doesn't look good on my body type. I think it's very in fashion for those tiny girls to have these big oversized jumpers, and they look amazing. I mean, everyone looks amazing, whatever. If you feel good in it, that's all that matters. I just think for me, I wouldn't feel great in something super oversized. So yeah, size 1 gives me, I'll check my gauge. I didn't do it, to be honest. I didn't do a gauge swatch, so I don't know what my gauge is, but it looks, I mean, I'm happy with the fabric, that's all that matters.
I think what I'll do is I'll measure the jumper when it's done and blocked, and I can let you know exactly how much ease there is, but I think it's about 5 inches. On my bust, it's probably a bit more on my waist, but because it's very boxy. But yeah, I think we're ready to do the ribbing. I'm so happy. I'm gonna go start the ribbing, hopefully. I'll get the ribbing done today and start the sleeves. That does mean I'm gonna have 3 jumpers on Sleeve Island. I'm asking for trouble. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit.
Hi again. So I am just about to try on my jumper because I have bound off the bottom. I did a sewn bind off. It wasn't tubular because I didn't do the 2 rows before. I just did the sewn one on the ribbing, and I've just started the arm. And oh, I'm just so excited. I could burst. So give me a second and I'll put it on for you. How wonderful. This terrible light. The sun's, how do I get out of the light? Look at it. It just fits so nicely. Okay, the green doesn't go. Let me tuck the green in. Oh wow. Oh, it's so good. So I've literally only just started the sleeve this morning. I'm in love. I am absolutely in love. It feels amazing. The quality of this yarn is insane. I love the colour. I know I'm going to wear this to death, but yeah, I thought I'd just show you. The bottom's done. It will probably open up a little bit when I block because obviously it's pulling, but that's obviously natural. It's ribbing, it's twisted rib on the half size smaller needles, and then a tubular, a sewn bind off. I don't know if you can see that. It's fairly neat. Did that last night watching a film. But yeah, I'm so happy with this. Just sleeves to go. Ta-da! I knit just like they do in all those sitcoms, and magically I finished my 2 sleeves. Have darned in all the ends. I haven't done that for like my last 10 projects, but this one is special and I'm doing it. Also, it's so nice not to have to tuck shit in, so I might have to go back and sit and be boring and maybe do a little bit each day darning the ends of my like last 10 jumpers. But it is time for a bath. I'm going to end up with cream all around my mouth. It's going to look absolutely filthy. I know I don't normally do this. I know lots of other podcasters do. I don't normally talk about what I'm drinking or what my mug is, but this one's really special. So during the week, my mum and my sister came up to see me, or one of my sisters, and my sister brought this mug for me and said it just made her think of me. It's got a little dog on it and autumn leaves and flowers, and the inside is like a ginger orange. And it really is me in a mug, and it was a really sweet, thoughtful gift. So I'm enjoying drinking hot chocolate with cream. from this beautiful mug, which is a perfect thing for a Sunday morning. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching that little process. Let me know if there's something that you think I should include again in the future. I definitely think I would like to make some more videos and get a bit better at filming. I think every single video I started, I'm like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, until next time, but you don't need those beginnings and ends, because although it's lots of time in between for me, it's a second for you, and it just gets really weird. So it's things like that I didn't think about, but we'll finesse as time goes on. So let's talk about this sweater. So this is the Paloma by Esparce Tricot. It is a free pattern and it is wonderful. I love it so much. I made a size 1, which is not my normal size. I am quite firmly in the size 3 category approximately, so I have a 38-inch bust. The pattern's meant to be worn with 10 inches of ease and I went for 5. So yeah, this is what 5 inches look like. I actually think it probably came out slightly bigger than that. I can do the measurements and double check on my next Instagram post. I'll let you know, because I had a few people let me know that what's really helpful is to know the ease on a jumper. So I will do that for you. But yeah, I went slightly less ease because although I wanted something a bit cozier and not as fitted as, or form fitted as my usual things that I go for, I didn't want huge because it's just not, I don't find that flattering for me. I find it really hard to style, and I really wanted to wear this jumper lots because it was a bit of an investment make. On that note, the yarn is just exquisite. It's just so good. It is from Beehive Yarns, the wonderful Beth, who has a podcast you should check out if you haven't seen it already. And she has made the most perfect colourway. So this colour, actually it looks quite true on camera. When I've been taking photos of it, it looks a lot more red, but it's more of a rusty colour. So it's called Maple. And I think that is like the perfect name for it. It looks like a maple leaf. It's exactly what I think of, and it's just such a beautiful autumn colour, and it makes me really happy. I held both mohair and sock fingering weight yarn together, so the bases of hers I used was Patty for the silk mohair and Audrey for the sock base. I think it's an 80-20 or 75-25. I'm not sure, but you can check on her website. It's definitely the Audrey one that I used. I am obsessed. It feels amazing. I messaged Beth the other day and said I just can't stop stroking myself, and every time I see a friend or I see Rob, I'm just like, just stroke me, and they're like, we've done this like 5 times now, calm down. I was like, no, just feel it, it feels so nice. So I'm just gonna sit here stroking myself for the rest of this video. But no, I love it. I think it's great. I love the colour, I love the fit. It was really quick to make. I think I actually ended up finishing it in about 10 days. Now I had a lot of time off from work in that time. It was over my birthday week, so I took 5 days off and did a fair amount of car knitting on a journey to the Lake District that you saw. I think it was in my last video. So I did do a lot of knitting in that time, probably slightly more than I normally would, but it does knit up really fast. Obviously fingering a mohair is roughly a DK weight. It's mostly just stockinette, which meant it knitted up really fast. You've got the twisted rib on the neck, and the detail that I love the most, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, beautiful. Is how the neck goes all the way down, the ribbing from the neck goes all the way, oh my hair's in the way, over the shoulder and down all the way to the end of the arms and back into the ribbing. Yeah, it's just beautiful. That's actually why I ended up going with the Paloma rather than the classic or the turtle dove. I don't think there's a big difference in those patterns. I don't know, do you know if there's a big difference? It didn't look massively different. They're all Esparce Tricot patterns and they all look very similar to me, but this ribbing pattern is only on the Paloma, and I'm just in love. It's absolutely beautiful. So the only thing I think I would change is the sleeve length. So I added an inch or slightly more than an inch than the pattern recommends, and it's still, I thought it would grow a little bit more than it did when I blocked it. It actually didn't change very much at all after blocking, other than like evening out the stitches. But I think I wanted it to just, yeah, maybe here, like when I pull it, that's just come down over my fingers a bit. Having said that, I can pull it like this and then it's perfect. And it is superwash yarn, so I'm imagining it's going to stretch a little bit over time, so that won't be too much of an issue. The other thing, because I'm very likely to make one again, I really want one in black. It's going to be a bitch to make, but I feel like I would wear it to death. If I did it in black, there's a couple of things I would do differently. First of all, I don't know if you can see my necklace out of the way. The turtleneck, because there is shaping on the back of the neck, there's some short rows, but I don't think there's enough, and the front's still very straight, so I think I would add a bit more shaping, because can you see that fold? It doesn't really bother me much, it kind of goes with the look, but the way that it pulls, it's giving me a bit of a crease along here, so I think I would play about with it and see if I could round, or maybe round off the neckline a little bit, make it a bit more shapely so that it doesn't fold. I think it's just too much excess fabric here, so I'd probably just put in more short rows and gradually get closer to the front. I think that would fix it. I don't actually know, but that's my thought. It doesn't bother, like I said, it doesn't bother me massively. It's not the end of the world, but that's just one thing that it didn't look like that in the pictures. But I don't think I did anything wrong. I did all the short rows correctly. Anyway, that's one thing I would probably maybe alter if I was to make another one. The other thing is, this is the perfect length and exactly what I wanted. It's longer than waist length, but not quite hip length. It looks hip length because I'm sat with my legs all twisted under myself on this chair. But I'll show you shortly the length it is. However, if I was to make a black one, I think it'd be really nice to make it slightly longer and then do a dipped hem at the back. I just think this pattern would look really nice like that. Like I said, it's not that I don't love this one, I do, and this is exactly what I wanted. But I think that would also be a really interesting thing to do to this pattern. And then obviously the sleeves, as I said, I'd make them slightly longer so it just feels so cozy. And what else is there to tell you? I just really recommend this pattern. It was really easy to follow, really classic shape. I can see myself wearing it a lot. I know I spoke about it in a few videos ago that I'm going to show you how I style this. I've kind of decided to split that over 2 videos, so I'm going to pop in a couple of pictures of how I've worn it to date, because I've worn it a lot already. I'll show you like what I'm wearing now and then 2 other outfits. Then not this week coming, but the week afterwards, I'm planning a how I style my knits video, and I'm going to pick this as one of the jumpers that I style, and I'll show you in detail. I'll do a video of me wearing the different outfits and talking about what I like about them and how I would pair it and what I would wear for my wardrobe. That one's going to go a lot more into detail as well about what's in my wardrobe, and when I'm shopping for new bits, what do I look for to pair with my knits, because I don't know about you, but I pick my clothes like ready to buy store clothes. I pick them with my knits in mind rather than make knits to match them, because knits are the centre of my world. But anyway, what I'm wearing it with now is a pair of jeans. I will put one video in of this. I feel like this is a really classic casual look that I will wear a ton. I love these jeans. I got them from a company called Collective. So they do like modern remakes of vintage clothes. I don't know if you can get it abroad, but they have a few shops in the UK, and they had a sale on, and their clothes are fairly expensive, but they're really good quality, so they're worth it. But I always wait for a sale because they do massive reductions, like sometimes 50% off or more. So these jeans are great. I do want to get them taken in a little bit at the waist. I've got a few things actually in my wardrobe that don't fit just quite right. And I've done a bit of sewing in my time, but I'm not very good at alterations. So I'm going to take them to be altered, I think. And then I'm also looking into doing a course that I can do that for myself going forward. I'm not really interested in sewing things from scratch anymore. That might come back in the future, but that's kind of fizzled out for me. However, I would be really keen on altering some of my ready to wear shop bought garments to fit my figure a bit better, because none of us are standard sizes. They're never going to fit perfectly, so if I can buy something that fits my hips, for example, then I might need to tweak it at the waist. Or I'm very tall, so if there's things I can do to alter the leg length, or I have a long torso, there's lots of weird and wonderful things about everybody's body, including my own, and being able to tweak those would be amazing, as we can for our knitwear. that threw me entirely. Right, I was talking about the jeans. So these jeans, I've just got a little vest underneath, and I've got this necklace that I never take off now. So I got it for my birthday from my parents. It's a Faith, Hope and Charity gold little necklace. Me and my sisters all have one now, which is really lovely, and my mum had one as a teenager, so it's very sentimental, and I like kind of pulling it over a turtleneck. I never thought I would. It's a bit flashy, but I'm enjoying it. Got little earrings with it, and yeah, I'm feeling this look today. But yeah, I feel like this is something really casual that I could chuck on all the time, be comfortable, but it looks really nice still. The other thing is that I've done this looser, and I'm still getting used to this being loose. So I quite like the idea of tucking it into things as well. So that's something that I'm going to experiment with before the video, so I can show you what I like to wear. Oh, phone. I think that's it. Pattern's great. I think it's pretty size inclusive. It's free, like I said, so I definitely recommend giving it a go. You don't need to use indie dyed yarn, although this was amazing. It was I don't know if I mentioned this in this video already. I definitely mentioned it in previous videos, but it was a birthday treat to myself. My plan is every year going forwards, I'm going to make one of these videos and I'm going to pick some beautiful yarn, a beautiful pattern, and make myself a birthday jumper and start a collection. So watch out for next October. Hopefully I'm still being consistent. I think we should have another 50 or so videos by then, so that would be impressive. Let's see what episode I'm on next October, if I'm still around. But yeah, definitely recommend. I mean, I love the yarn. The yarn's amazing quality. All of Beth's colours from Beehive Yarns are amazing. Oh, I'm just gonna fidget. I'm giving myself a pins and needles in my foot because I've been sitting on it. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's really great. The yarn, the pattern, and now I'm just rambling. Have you made one of these yet? Have you made any other Esparce Tricot patterns or used Beth's yarn from Beehive Yarns? Let me know in the comments below. I love all of Esparce Tricot's patterns, but some of them I don't know if I would wear them. So if you've made them, let me know, or send me a link of a picture of you in one. I would love to see it. And other than that, I will see you next week. I have a feeling, so if you saw my last video, I was on Sleeve Island. Actually, yeah, I was on Sleeve Island and I finished this one. I'm on the second sleeve of the birch pullover, and I'm ready to, I'm over it. I am over it. I need it to be finished. I think I'm gonna wear it loads, but oh my goodness, I don't want to look at half fisherman's ribbing ever again, not in fingering weight on 2.75 millimeter needles either. And Rob's present I haven't touched yet, but we've got until Christmas, so that's okay. So I have a feeling this week I'm going to cast on a ton of new projects. So I think next week's video is going to be a chatty, here's what I've casted on. A lot of them I suspect will be from my autumn makes video or my plans, but we shall see. So I will see you next Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, enjoy a week, and I'll see you in a week's time. Take care and happy knitting. That was a really weird wave. I always feel so awkward at